The image ink is a great way for us to use existing images as the ink. Image ink. It's clever. Let's go ahead and show you. It's actually a very precise way to stamp images down onto your mesh. So we're going to go ahead and go to load image here, and I'm going to choose, oh my word, that's one frightening looking image. What is, oh, gracious sakes. Great googly moogly. All right, what we want to do now is we want to use that image to paint down onto our model. So we've got a nice UV map on the head here. This is the default head. Let's go ahead and switch to the front view. Zoom out a little bit. And what we want to do is go ahead and add an image to the face. So we'll go down to head here, choose the head material, and go up under texture, add blank image texture. This will create a new image for us. We'll call this face paint. And we'll make it a 1K map. That's fine. So that generates a new image and applies it to the shader tree just above the material we had selected. Look under texture locator, it intuited that it should be applying a UV map onto the face UV, since that was the only one there. And now what we need to do is go over to the paint tools, choose the airbrush with the soft brush tip, and activate the image ink. Now we need to tell the image ink to use our oh so frightening image here. So go ahead and click down. Now you see that it tries to fill the screen. It's actually trying to fill 0 to 1 UV coordinates there. So what we're going to do is turn on projection painting. And then now what we can do here is we can just move this around and position it on the model. What I want to do is start with the hair. So let's get that kind of roughly positioned correctly. Set our brush size and start to paint. You notice when you paint, that image plane disappears so you can see your model. And if you want to see the image plane again, you just let go and just keep painting. That's kind of fun. And you can see that my eyebrows are a little bit too low there, so we're going to just move the image plane, paint that down, and now we want to get let's get the mouth in line here. I'm going to scale the image up a little bit. Just kind of paint that on there. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm using the mouse here. Typically I would use a tablet, but this is fine. Now again, what you notice is as I'm painting here, I've got my eyes are too low. And that's okay for right now. I'm just going to let it slide. What I'm going to do then is just push that up and then just paint right over those eyes to get those out of there. And not bad for a couple seconds worth of painting. Switch back over to our perspective view, and there you can see we've used image ink. Just pop that right on there. Now there's another thing we can do with image ink. Let's go ahead and do our properties again, and we're going to change and tell it to load another image. In this case, we want to go back to our stock content here, and let's just go out to the images. And in our images, we have a tiling textures directory, and these are a great set of textures. Let's go ahead and open that guy. And now instead of going in and painting that down, which of course I could do, which is sort of interesting, what I want to do is I want to stamp this down. So we're just going to scale this down, and we're just going to kind of rotate it around like that, move it over, and on the properties, we'll choose stamp. I'll turn off repeat, because if repeat's on, it's going to stamp it all over the model. And let's crank up our soft border to about 35%. What that'll do now is since I'm in projection paint mode, it'll just stamp it down, projecting it with a nice soft border. And I can just sort of go in here and just bam, bam, and just give some nice texture there. Rotate it around. There's also keyboard shortcuts for rotation, so I can just hold down. This is E and R. D and F will scale it, so I can just, with my left mouse on the keyboard and my right hand on the tablet, I can scale and rotate that guy. So there you go, Image Ink, a very powerful way to paint or stamp existing images down into your 3D model.